So you guys okay to go over by about 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can watch. I'm okay. Let me just check my calendar, but I think I'm okay to go over by a bit more if you want to watch the full video. Yeah, I don't have something till 2 o'clock, so I'm okay to go over by 15 minutes if you guys want to go a bit longer. Do you want me to play the video?
Naz is the one who's about to go.
Yeah.
You're the one.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I think 15 minutes is good.
Yeah, I can do 15 minutes.
Yep. All right, let me just re-share the screen with the sound. Optimize, share, play.
Shows that adopting an attitude of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful, can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer, hold a door for a stranger, or simply smile more, and you'll probably feel better, as kindness and giving are connected to gratitude. Similar positive brain changes can occur from regular meditation and mindfulness. Keep a daily gratitude journal using an old-fashioned notebook or a high-tech app. The science is clear. Give gratitude a go. You'll be thankful you did.
There you go. You don't need to believe me anymore. Someone else has said all the same things. So the chemicals that and synapses that are activated there, they mention dopamine and serotonin, but it's also oxytocin and endorphins. So dopamine is the reward hormone, so it gives you that drive. Oxytocin is the love hormone. It opens you up to feel valued and connected. Endorphins is the calm hormone, which gives you clarity and innovation. It helps you become more resilient. And serotonin is truly the resilience chemical, which is the willpower hormone. So people that try to build resilient cultures that focus on resilience actually don't get the result. You've got to focus on gratitude to build resilient cultures. What it puts to bed is the cortisol. And cortisol is what breaks us down. It's really great if we want to fight a bear or different aspects of our life, but it's not really great for our health in long duration. So I'm just going to share with computer sound, turn that off, turn this back on. Cool. So the power of gratitude, our own studies, because we don't always want to rely on everyone else's studies. So we had one person who's a culture practitioner. You'll find him in the group, Alfred. He's one of the most self-disciplined people I've ever met and the most honest person I've ever met. Plotted every single day his happiness. And all he changed was putting into practice, expressing gratitude daily. After 1,000 days, he opened up his log, which was about here. And he found a 3% increase every 3 months. So on average 1% a month, but you can see some months it goes down, but then other months it goes up. So on average, every 3 months, it went up by 3%. So not only was his emotional state more steadily high, it was less erratic. That's where it builds resilience. That's the serotonin, the willpower to actually bounce back from emotional states quicker, which is what the other video was saying. It's unbelievable. Nobody, in my opinion, on the planet needs to go on depressants if they authentically practice gratitude. Nobody does. And I've worked with people in our meditation circles. I've got them off depressants by practicing gratitude in a routine, sustained way. So heaps of benefits to the company. I'll skip through that, but there's tons. This is all beyond the ROI calculator. The way that the reporting works, which we'll learn in the next session, is all the subgroup cultures have their own report, and it all rolls up to the organizational report. So when you create the groups mindfully about each culture. You want to see the cultures, and then they can roll up into the collective culture of the organization. And we can show reports at all levels. For schools, it's pretty straightforward. The students are acknowledged by the teacher. There's a classroom tree. The difference with the primary school program is that every time the students acknowledge, a live feed goes to the parents as well on their family tree. So they're actively involved in the character development of the child, which is very powerful. And they can see the culture posts of the classroom. The parents can see in to see what's going on. It's amazing.
I love that.
I can't wait to release that. That's in 2021.
Wow.
The teachers have their own tree as well. So they learn to practice the language of character within their environment. That's where we start. And then we go down to the classrooms after that. So we can see the collective culture of a school based on their values. For volunteering, it's for families and businesses based on their skills, their purpose, and their UN SDG goals, or the ShareTree initiatives, global initiatives. That gives them fruits. It's for charities and schools is where they can volunteer. And it's in any of these 9 categories to have a global impact. So what we want to finish with is the character growth exercise. It's in your side menu. It would have come up when you first downloaded the app, but you guys have had the app for a while, so it's in the new version. So what you want to do, it always starts with gratitude, because we know gratitude has the greatest impact. Second only to, it's not second to anything. Second is purpose. Purpose is the next most powerful one in terms of chemicals in the body. So you'll be able to select a routine reminder time and acknowledge then daily, whichever method you want to use. Use a variety of them. We're about to load up videos into them as well. So every day when it pops up, Jamie and myself will give a short video about a suggested idea to expand your thinking and to do it in different ways, or write letters to people and say thank yous and go inward, or think about nature. We have all these different videos that we've done. Then it will ask you to log your happiness. So you can self-validate at the end of 30 days the impact for yourself. Now, again, do 3 of them to get the full impact, but we want to start after this session on your exercise, so you start getting used to using the app. So commitment is the best friend of happiness. This is the report that you'll get out. It's going to show you your commitment. That's the measure of how many days it's popped up that you've actually done it. Now, I can't stress enough, when you feel least like doing it is when you're getting the greatest impact. So that was the hardest part for me to train, is like, I just don't feel like doing it today. Like, honestly, sometimes I just couldn't give a freaking hoot. And I was like, no, this is where it's most important. So I stopped myself. I engaged my mindset to say, okay, there is always something to be grateful for. What is it? Some days it's just like, I close my eyes, it's like, oh, it's the wind on my skin that I can actually feel, or that I can open my eyes and see all the colors again. So I just break it down to the very basics if I'm pissed off with people. And it does happen. We're human at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I like keeping it real. So I'll show you where that is.
Yeah, I can see that. I've just found it.
You found it?
Yeah, I found it. It says begin growth exercise.
Yeah. So you can do it a character self-profiling as well. If you want to, after you finish the first one, after you do gratitude, it's going to ask you to do character self-profiling, so you can pick next a growth area if you want to pick a growth area. And then you put your own bud in, and then you work on, like the last one I did. Let me show you mine. Character growth exercises. So I'm about to do one on truth. I want to go really deep on truth. Beginner character growth exercise. So complete the setup. So I'll do one on truth. Truth, honesty. Yeah. So it's a reflection that will pop up for you every day to reflect about how you're going to grow. So you're going to do yours on gratitude. So I want to build the courage and tactfulness to to express my truth in all situations where it will do no willful harm to others. So that's what I want to grow over the next 30 days. Well, I found the bug, have I? I think I have. Oh no, it's all right. I like my reminders to come up of an evening. So, but it's up to you. I like to go through my day, and then the reminder comes up at the end of the day, and then I reflect on my day. I was like, did I live and practice that today? But some people like to do it in the morning to remind them to practice that during the day. So you can actually switch it midway through if you want to try both. But I've done both ways, and I prefer the evening is my method. So I like the reminder at about 6 o'clock PM, and then I will, if I haven't done an acknowledgement, it will remind me to do an acknowledgement for the day as well. But then I'll do a journal entry about honesty and how I've put it into practice, or I'll do a acknowledgement about honesty.
So it is also, it's also good for, so if you're doing personal coaching one-to-one, and if you identify the strength and then the growth area, and then they can actually just personalize and download the app, and they can actually do this, and that will be more organic than just, coaching. Oh, did you work your own, a growth area? Okay.
So what Jamie does as well, he does exactly that, but he also gets a trusted relationship with them. If they give him permission, then he goes through their journal entries, and that's where the deep growth exercises are. Yeah, to reflect upon the day and the way that you felt and how you responded, and then you can work through those scenarios for character growth. So now I'm on one for, that's what's going to pop up every day. If you want to acknowledge, you just tap on that and you acknowledge. I'm not going to tap for now. You can skip, but your commitment's going to go down. So we're really trying to embrace people to stick at it. You can change your statement at any time. So sometimes I've changed mine as I've gone along. It's like, oh no, I want to go deeper. I want to be reminded of this every day. The videos are going to come up, which are unique to every day in the next, not the next release, 2 releases from now, a month away. Now you can see all the past ones here as well. It keeps a log of everything. So that's all the ones I did. So you see I started on gratitude. At the end, you can download it. You can email it to yourself, or you can delete it if you want to get rid of the history. So I just did enthusiasm on the last round. I was 94%. So I did 32 out of the 30 days. I went from 88 to 89. So I constantly hover it between 85 to 90 now. My level of happiness almost never drops below that anymore. And that's the result of gratitude.
This is very good. This is very fun to play around too. I mean, I can see once you show the page for schools, the teachers, and then it goes to the parents. I think that has huge potential, especially right now, what I'm experiencing with the remote, and how much of the children, like today, we pretty much did the gratitude, like appreciation, saying hi to people in a more old school way. It's like, hey, you say hi to this person, and then this. So it was exactly what the app is showing. They just did it like very manual way. I want to say like, so it has a lot of potential.
So this is not to replace that. This is to amplify that. So
yeah, amplify.
Common comment from leaders like, oh, what? So I stopped telling people, you know, and encouraging people. So no, you do everything you're already doing. Just add 5 minutes a day to acknowledge it. That's all it takes. It's actually 5 minutes a day. Acknowledge one person a day and watch the transformation in the culture.
Yes, that's the organic, you know, like the growth that you are mentioning.
Because reciprocity is there. And when you feel something, you respond, and it just flourishes. So
yes. So I mean, I always say action counts more than words. So you actually just take it in action. So
the last part, you've already done this, Naz, so you've got nothing to do besides start your character growth exercise. Michelle, you haven't done Charametrics before, right?
No.
So I'd be delighted to do one for you, complimentary if you like. So if you just put your camera up to this, you'll get a QR code. Otherwise, I can give you the link in the chat. So if you go to that link, it's going to create a survey for you.
Already.
Did it work?
Yeah, the Survey Monkey thing came up.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So, and it's in the chat as well if you want to copy it and put it on your desktop on your computer.
Fabulous. I will definitely do that.
So it takes about 15 minutes. It'll assess where you're leading with your character strengths and what your preferred mode of being valued is.
Great.
Cool. All right. We are done.
Steve. That was an awesome
thank you so much. It was very eye-opening. It was very good. I'm glad that we recorded as well.
Yeah, I'll hit stop on that now, and then I'll send it through as well.